Hi, I'm Craig Stewart from Data Conversations, and I'm chatting today to Tiaan who is the Chief Technology Officer at Traffic Brand. And what I'm trying to do is really focus a spotlight on people that have moved up in the data world or moved into new data roles, new companies, and just give them a bit of a shout out. So, Tiaan, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, let's dive into a little bit around Traffic Brand before we get into your new role. Traffic Brand perhaps not that well known for the most part. So why don't you just give us a little bit more of insight into the company, what it is that you guys do, and so on.
Sure. So as a company, we are well known amongst our clients. If I could
Yeah,
defend it that way. Look, we've been around for about just shy of 15 years within the South African market, predominantly. Um, we started as a pure marketing agency, looking at your like a digital marketing agency, looking at Google advertising, Facebook when it came around later on, and we stuck to our guns. And I think that's what a lot of agencies tend to do wrong throughout their lifespan is that they feel that they get pressured from client side and
yeah,
industry to do everything. And I think what we decided earlier on is to really specialize in the fields that we're good at, which is paid media. And late, roughly 5 years into that journey as a paid media agency, we understood that the data that we were getting from generating these ads is extremely valuable in delivering on performance for our clients, which is why we started an analytics department within the company. And soon that became a massive department for us, a department that's helping clients and internal understand what they can do with the use of data and education, etc., around it. So later on, the department actually became its own company. We had a focus as an analytics company to deliver on objectives that was kind of separate to that of paid media. But a year ago or so, we went back to our roots and we kind of amalgamized these two companies again to make sure that we can deliver on the promises of what customer and marketing analytics should be. Because it looks like the industry is losing a little bit of its feet. It's becoming a lot more scientific. It's becoming a lot more difficult to measure and show business impact. And what we want to really focus on is making sure that our clients understand the impact of digital marketing and what we can learn from customers and educate our clients and ourselves on how to do that better.
yeah.
So really, we are a performance agency with a foundation of analytics,
Yeah.
really.
All right, cool. Thanks for that. Let's focus on you because I think that's kind of the point of this. I was just thinking back before we started this, and I think the first time we met, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was in Joburg in 2016 at one of the very first
Yeah,
data events
was
that I did. So that's going on 6 years ago now. And I remember you
yeah.
saying to me then, even 6 years ago, that you were going to very deliberately develop your data science skills, become more of a data scientist.
Mm,
And what was your
mm.
driving force behind that? And what's kept that sort of ambition burning?
Naivety in the beginning, I would say. Look, I think that towards the beginning of my career, I've been in it for about 13 years odd now within the analytics space. The data science was really a nice shiny object in the beginning of my career. So saying that I would have gone directly into data science was the naivety of it. But I think what that opened up to me is the idea of better understanding what the delivery of data could be. And which is why I went to go study business intelligence through UCT at a later stage. The reason for that was if I, as a data, consider myself as a data leader within the company and potentially to clients, if I wanted to show the potential of data and what we could do with it, then I need to understand how to utilize data better. And if I want to get that message across and use it effectively, I need to skill myself up in order to do that work and understand how do we utilize data. So there was this deliberate action and always education that never stops.
Yeah.
I think it's that thinking and that pressure on myself to be able to improve on the use of data and understanding of the use of data.
Yeah, that's good. And I think it's a valuable lesson for anybody watching, regardless of, I guess, where you are, but it's that constant sort of development of yourself and your skills. That's going to add value to yourself, but also the organization that you work for. I think maybe sometimes people sit back and go, well, I kind of know it, I've got the experience, but there's always something new to learn.
And I think it's the older you become within the market and the market matures, the more pressure there tends to be on data individuals to do more, to write more. And I think what people also need to stick to their guns, like we did with Traffic Brands early in the company's lifespan, is to say, let me focus on something and let me be really good at it. Because if you are trying to be everything to the data community, you are going to lose yourself within that space as well. So stick to your guns and just focus on the thing that you really enjoy doing within data.
All right, good. And tell me, what is some of the value that you've created at Traffic Brand Analytics through the use of deeper data analytics? Obviously, with the company itself, but your clients more importantly. Like, how have you seen that value proposition and creation change over time?
I think it really speaks to the path that we had as a company within the analytics space. Towards the beginning, we really only wanted to understand the impact of ads and what can we get from the data within ads. As soon as we understood how to deliver on the data that the ads were giving, we had to get that message across the business. So that jump from understanding what the ads are doing to showing business value is one of the biggest value contributions that I think analytics has brought to us as a company, is talking to a business leader and helping them understand what the total business impact is from digital as a whole on their business. And I think that value is one of the biggest contributors that analytics has given to Traffic Brand. And I'm not going to take credit only for that. I think that there's been a host of people that's in the company that played a role in that. But and I think that's definitely something that agencies need to also realize, is that it's not about the agency. I think if you can deliberately focus on the growth of your client's business, showing them the value of your channels, you naturally grow with the client as well. So that's just an after effect, but focus on the client. And I think that value, helping them understand that value is hypercritical.
Yeah. All right, good. Let's get to the core of the conversation today. So as I said, you've recently moved into the CTO role at Traffic Brand. And it's not actually the first time I've seen someone from a data analytics leader position, a head of data analytics or data analytics lead like you were, move into this chief technology officer role. It's quite interesting. Like, what sort of created that step? What is your role now, sort of in CTO rather than just data analytics lead?
Look, we are not a big company. We're about 13 to 17 strong, varies. And as a company, we also need to grow up at some stage to be able to do more, to innovate more, and to deliver on what we want to deliver on within the next 3 to 5 years. In order to do that, we need to create specific channels of growth within the company and create specific positions within the company to help facilitate that growth. CTO was one of them. I think it's the first kind of CTO within the company. Coming from a data analytics role, that foundation will never leave. And I think that's exactly what this role means for Traffic Brand is, I think if you look at CTO in general, I think it depends on what kind of business you're on. Where are you as a business, what that role means. Olden days, it's more of a data engineer that would go into that role, head of IT and so on. So their KPIs would look completely different. It's uptime and making sure the technology stack works and that kind of stuff. Mine really comes from a data analytics point of view. And I think that means that bringing that foundation of analytics and centralizing that within the company is really going to be a massive stepping stone for us, making sure that every single individual has analytical skills to do their work properly. And the CTO role is great because it opens up the freedom to be able to try and innovate, to get people to perform the actions of a performance analytics company, be where we should be within the next 3 to 5 years. And I think that position allows the company to do that.
Yeah. So it sounds like, putting in a senior position with a data analytics background and the experience and the knowledge in that is a step towards making the company truly data-centric, data-driven organization. Yep. Rather than saying, well, this person knows all the technology side of things, we'll try and learn the data analytics. It's actually saying, no, data is at the heart of everything that we're going to do.
Correct. Look, we can't do any of what we do without data. So but I'm kind of holding on that keyword, but deliberately moving the company to say we are a data central company. And the skills that we put on top of that, which is paid marketing and data analytics, is what we use that to grow our clients and so on. So, and we still keep to that core function of being very specific in what we do, focusing on what we do, but we're just using data to speak for us as a company as a whole, and not just a department.
Okay. And in this role as CTO going forward, what are the 2 to 3 big objectives or goals that you've got on your roadmap going forward?
Because it's such a new role, these questions are fairly big, right? So there's a lot of foundational things that really need to be put in place at first. One of the biggest KPIs that I've set for myself is to centralize analytics within the company, to really bring it from a departmental responsibility to a company-wide responsibility, to make sure that the individuals, every single individual that make use of data in their position, do so from a skill set that allow them to use it effectively, and to have the technology to help them drive the performance that's needed. So centralizing analytics in the company is definitely going to be a massive undertaking within the first quarter for us. It shouldn't be difficult. I think we've got the right talent within Traffic Brand to do that quite fast and effectively. And secondly is hire the right people, the right skill sets within the analytics space in Traffic Brand. So we are not taking away analytics as a service, of course. We're centralizing analytics skills within the company, across the company, and our analytics department will have a very specific focus on business intelligence and with web and digital as a subset. So it's centralizing analytics and putting the right team in place from advanced analytics skills to deliver on more promises for innovation.
All right, good stuff. Well, Tiaan, I wish you all the best with your new role. No doubt with your drive and ambition and skill and your ability to get your team going, I think you're going to succeed massively.
Thanks, Greg. Really appreciate it.
No worries. And we'll see you at Data Conversations in Cape Town in March.
Definitely.
Look forward to it. All right. Cheers. Thanks, Tiaan. Okay.
Cheers.